Today I am making a Thanksgiving turkey hair bow. I've got several different shades in the 3/8 inch grosgrain ribbon. This is a 10-yard spool. I got mine at Michael's. So I got several different colors. I got brown, orange, some red and white polka dot because for some reason they didn't have just the plain red. The yellow, and then some orange and white polka dot. And I made a little hair bow that I'm going to be gluing a rhinestone to. This design actually came from, I believe it's Ribbon Retreat. They did one that was ultra cute and I decided I'd do one as well. I am going to be using some little googly eyes, but they have little eyelashes on them, so it looks like a little girl. And I thought that'd be really cute since I'm going to be using the polka dot in my ribbon. You're going to need some brown in 5 inches, 4 inches, and 3 inches. You'll need 1 strip of the 5 and 3. You'll need 2 strips of the 4 inch. For the orange, the red, and the yellow, you'll need 4 inches. And you'll need 2 of each color. My little bow had 4 inches of the orange and white. You're going to be trimming quite a bit of that off after you tie your bow. This is going to be lining my alligator clip, which is this lovely little thing here, which is how you're going to get it in your hair. And for my size clip, I had to use just over 3 inches. I believe it was 3 1/4 inches on this size. For the beak, I just took 1 corner off of the orange and white polka dots. And then for the wattle, I've got 1.5 inches of 1/8 inch grosgrain ribbon. So I'm going to get started making all my little teardrop shapes here that's going to wind up being the back side of my turkey. I have already sealed the ends of all my other pieces of ribbon except for this one, and I just wanted to show you with this is just a little lighter. You can get these at the Dollar Tree or wherever, but you don't want the flame to touch the ribbon itself. You want to be about anywhere from 1 inch to 1/2 inch away from the end of your ribbon, and just let the heat seal that. You don't want to cause any kind of burning. It will melt the ends in order to seal it, that way it doesn't fray. I'm starting with a 5 inch ribbon, then I'll need a 4 inch and the 3 inch ribbon, and just lay the other 4 inch ribbon in the brown aside. The 5, 4, and 3 inch we're going to make teardrop shapes and create our turkey body. So what you'll do is you'll just take a dab of your glue from your hot glue gun, and be careful not to burn yourself, especially if you're using the high temperature gun, which is what I've got. This around and over so that I can put this on top, and it to attach these, and they should nest better now that they're more neat. Voila. I'm just going to put a dab of glue on each of the points of the teardrops and attach the next piece. Here's the largest teardrop. There's my next size teardrop. I'm just going to take that and push it down, and then put the smallest one. Alright, so these are all nested. Now this is going to be the upper portion, and you're just making an awareness ribbon. So I'm going to be putting a dab of glue about right there. Then you're going to be flattening this like that. So right where it flattens, you need to put a little bit of glue kind of up in the creases there. Up in that crease. So now it looks like that. So there's the turkey body part. With these ribbons here that will become your feathers, you will be making them a little bit thinner than we did on these wider teardrops for the turkey body. So when you come through here, you're going to put the glue on the top and then bring your ribbon over, and instead of how we did it like this, you're going to just come over the top like this. That way it's a really thin version of the teardrop shape that we did. Do that on all of your 4 inch color pieces. my little brown part of my turkey body. I've got all of my little, what's going to be the feathers. And then I have the beak. And when you're cutting this beak off, in order to seal the edges, if you've got your alligator clip, just grab your, your piece with your alligator clip. And then do the edge like that. And you'll have to reposition yourself for the other edge, but that way you're not burning yourself on such a small piece. Okay, so now you've sealed the edges of the beak so that they won't fray. For the wattle, if you have a wood burning tool, you can actually make any shape that you want out of a piece of ribbon, but I do not have that. I've just got my hot glue gun, so I'm going to make a miniature teardrop with the 1/8 inch red ribbon. And this is grosgrain ribbon as well. So just the same as I did these here for the feathers, we're going to make a thin version of the teardrop. Bring it back and around, and this ribbon has already been sealed on the ends. Okay. The only thing that I need to do now before assembling my turkey is to line an alligator clip, and many of you may already know how to do this, but just in case you don't, I'm going to use hot glue and start right here with the hot glue. Had a little bit more scrap, you could put a little bit more on there, which I think I'm going to do. Just a little bit more glue here, because I didn't get quite long enough. You just want to kind of have it cover the inside there, so that when you put this on, the ribbon is going to be going against the hair. This is the bottom part of your alligator clip, and you don't want that to have the ribbon on it, because then you'll just pull the ribbon off. Alright, so for the body, we're going to put a little dab of glue right here, and then put our awareness ribbon just a little bit above it. Then we want to put our wattle on, and we'll cover up the wattle with the beak. So I'm probably going to put my wattle there, have the beak about right there. Just make sure that you position it before you start gluing things down, so that you have a good idea exactly where you want it. I would suggest putting the dab of glue on the wattle and then positioning the wattle onto the turkey body. And so now I want to put my beak right about there. Put my eyeballs on. Now these eyes are really big. You might want to use the smaller googly eyes. They've got an adhesive backing to it, but I still want to put some glue, hot glue on the back. I need to add the feathers. I'm going to start out with yellow. I'm going to just take some hot glue and then begin putting on the feathers however I like them. Something like that-ish. You want to place the bottom feathers first when you start to then build around. So I'm going to do like the yellow first and then build up, and then I'm going to put another one on this side and then build up. That way you're not kind of overlapping and covering up your bottom feather. And So look how cute she is. Now at this point, if you want to put your little clip on, that's good, but I'm going to put some of this marabou. It's kind of like it's a feather boa. I'm going to cut off maybe about 4 inches of that and bunch it up on the back, and then I'm going to hot glue it. Okay, so on this brown marabou, I just wrapped it in several circles. I think I did maybe 4 circle wraps here. And I cut off the edges so you can see how loose this is. I'm going to then poke the 2 ends through the center of this and then turn it over and hit it with some hot glue. A generous amount of hot glue, and then put my felt square over the top of that and then push down to where that glue kind of soaks down in there. Ooh, and this is where you can get really burnt. But if you bought one of these marabou circles that's already made, you wouldn't have to worry with this as much. Just be sure that you don't burn yourself to death. I'm on the edge of my silicone mat here. I'm just going to put a whole mess of glue right about where I think I'm going to have this turkey, the solid part of the turkey body. I want to get the marabou puff, I think is what they call them, instead of trying to cut apart a boa. Alright, so there's the front of my little turkey. And then here's the back of my turkey. And now I just want to glue on the clip to the back. I'm right-handed. I like to wear things on the left side of my head. So I'm going to put mine like this. So here's the front of my turkey body. If I'm looking at it front ways, I'm gluing top side up of my lined alligator clip. I'm gluing that onto what is actually the left side of my turkey body. That way when I put this on, I'm going to be putting it on the left side of my head, which this is the left here. So this is how I want my clip to go. And so the glue is going to go right here on the top of the lined portion of the clip. And you're going to put a nice generous amount. And you're going to go all the way up the lined portion. And then you're going to situate this to where it's primarily on that piece of felt there. And then it's going to actually capture some of that feather boa. And you want to be sure that you're not gluing your clip closed. So you'll want to make sure that you kind of adjust it, and you'll be picking out some of the little glue blurbs. So I'm kind of keeping my thumb in there to keep that lower portion of the clip from gluing itself shut, and then picking off any little glue blurbs that I don't like in there. Okay guys, so here's my little clip. I'm outside now. See how cute that is with the feathers blowing in the wind? So the only other finishing touch that you might want to make is the little rhinestone, but I decided I think it's cute without it. So there's my turkey hair bow. Gobble gobble! Have a sparkle-rific day, y'all!